Welcome, everyone, to the 8th episode of PBJenesis, the battle for peanut butter and jelly. My name is Adam Kahmann from Kahmann Gaming, Games for Good. In the previous episode, we had Zuffel versus Lennox in the semifinals, and Lennox came out the victor and will be one of the contestants for the final round of PBJenesis. In this episode, we have our champions from losers brackets, Hyrulian22 versus Dalinar42. To clarify what happened, all the previous losers in the previous matches went to the losers brackets of the tournament and faced each other to see who can make it back to win the tournament. Unfortunately, we did not have enough time to record all of those matches, but Hyrulian22 and Dalinar42 came out the winners of all of the losers in losers bracket. Now, I forgot a bracket, so I just added Hyrulian22 and Dalinar42 right there to the right. And the winner of this match will versus Zuffel. And then whoever wins that match will face off Lennox for the final round. And finally, we will see who will win that jar of peanut butter and that jar of jelly and all the glory that comes with it. Without a further ado, let's get started. And now we will just wait for the contestants to select their stage. Team Peanut Butter versus Team Jelly! On the left, playing as Team Peanut Butter, we have the daring and dangerous Dalinar42. And on the right, playing as Team Jelly, we have the heroic and honorable Hyrulian22. And it looks like Hyrulian22 there was going to try to rush him, but now it seems that she's accepted defeat and is creating some banks, which is not a bad option. I wouldn't consider that exactly admitting defeat, but she did just give Dalinar42 an extra $1,000, which definitely is not going to help her in the long run. Fun fact, these two are actually, in real life, are actually married. They're a couple. So they have versed each other multiple times, so it'll be very interesting to see how it goes, since each one is familiar with each one's strategy. And it looks like she's being offensive and building some troops there. However, Dalinar42 does have a lot of banks to defend his base. And she's sneaking behind. Will it be enough to take out... Oh, she sent out a garden gnome, but there was bread guarding that side. It would have been a smarter choice to build some splayers instead on that side. And now Dalinar42 is coming down. He got hit by the fly, gave Hyrulian22 an extra $1,000. And is she building another gnome? Oh, there were flies guarding. See, this is a perfect example of how flies can help guard your base. Something to keep in mind, folks, as you're playing the game. And she's building some more banks, and now what is Dalinar42 doing? He's coming down to the bottom left. This does not look good, folks. Oh, and he got hit by the bullet, all that, and he was going to build some splayers, I believe, but he just got hit by the bullet. Oh, well, that was a good lucky call for Hyrulian22. Will she defend this bridge now? That is the question. And looks like she's building some cannons there. It's a good idea. Dalinar42 has a load of banks. Pretty scary. If I was I'd be pretty scared if I was Hyrulian22. However, she may not be aware of how many banks he has. She's defending that base. She knew. It seemed like she was aware of that attack. And now she's trying to build the other base. I can tell that the players are struggling a little bit with the controls, which is my fault, actually. The controls were a little bit sliding in this version of the tournament. In the up-to-date version now, the controls are not as slippery, thankfully. It looks like Hyrulian22 is building some portals, but unfortunately they're built too close to the void of space, which is a glitch that was not fixed in this game, but now is currently fixed. Unfortunately, that seems to be the case, which is very unfortunate, because that would have helped her a lot in the long run for sure. I build a gnome. Let's see how far the gnome goes looking at the map. Blew up both of their troops, but it seems that Dalinar42 is building lots of hives, which are good. They're a lot cheaper than the portals, and they can build lots of flies that can fly past these gaps, shoot the bullets, and the bullets. And once you have a lot of flies together, they shoot bullets pretty fast together, and it can be a very deadly force to go against. Dalinar42 is this building banks at every opportunity he can, and Hyrulian22 is building some flies there, and I don't know if she's saving money now, or I think she meant to put a cannon there. Okay, that's good. Defending any flies that might fly past the gap. And it's very unfortunate those portals were built against the edge there. Those splares would have been a very good asset to go against those flies that Dalinar42 made. However, even if the splares didn't get stuck, those portals might have got destroyed pretty easily because there were so many flies shooting bullets on the side, and there was nothing defending those portals. So it is hard to say. Hyrulian22 has a lot of money, but spending it very quick, and Dalinar42 can't spend his money fast enough. He's going the fly route, which is fun to see. We haven't seen too many people go the fly route, and Hyrulian22 is making the smart choice in building lots of splares, which are the natural counter against splares. And now he's building hives and portals on right next to Hyrulian22's base, and building some toast to defend there and some bread. What a nice strat there. Very valid strat. Just build some bread and toast right next to your opponent's base and build a wall. And right now there's a defensive force right next to her base. And there's very little that she can do. She's trying to get some more banks, but now the splares have made it through. She has to build some splares of her own to defend it, which is what she's doing. A very smart choice by Hyrulian22. But the gnome is going to blow up her own troops. She has to get rid of that force in the bottom left. Will she be able to do it? But Dalinar42 has so much more money income coming in every second. Just look at the numbers of how fast Dalinar42's number goes up compared to Hyrulian22's. That is because he spent so much time building those banks. And now Hyrulian22 is losing those banks. I don't know, guys. It looks like Dalinar42 has the advantage, and now he's repeating the same strategy, but on the other side of the bridge, on Hyrulian22's base. And as look at the map, all those dots there are just flies slowly coming, shooting those bullets. And look how fast those bullets can take out that toast. And now she hit the gnome, probably has the surrender button, and Team Peanut Butter wins! Dalinar42 takes the first victory. Only one more match and he will go back and versus Zuffle. And now Hyrulian22 picked King's Kitchen Team Peanut Butter versus Team Jelly. And we're off. Now the question of the day, folks, which honestly I haven't even thought of yet. How about this? What is your favorite book? I asked your favorite video game, favorite movie. What is your favorite book? My favorite book is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. I do like the movie, but I do prefer the book over that. I just really enjoyed reading that book as a kid, and my favorite book. So please comment down below in the comments, what is your favorite book? And we can share what our interests are. Looks like both sides are building banks as fast as they can, and Hyrulian22, very smart decision. Very unlike her character. Not to rush, but I mean, it's good to have multiple strategies. So they're both even building the bank so far. Now remember, the winner of this match will go versus Zuffle the next match, who lost against Lennox, and whoever then the winner of this set versus Zuffle, that winner will verse Lennox, and whoever wins that will win the tournament. And then whoever wins the tournament will go against a fun match against me, if you haven't known from the previous videos with what I mentioned. And now they're building banks of, cannons in the middle of the base, which is actually a very good strategy in my opinion. You can cover your defenses pretty well. Dalinar42 making the smart decision, building splares right next to the cannons, and those flies will not do too much against those splares. Best decision actually probably would have been to build some toast, and them splares right next to our base. They're gonna walk through that bread just like a hot knife through butter, but it looks like those splares got destroyed. Very smart idea that Hyrulian22 is building some toast. Hyrulian22 is proving to... She looks like she's improved a lot since the last match against Zuffle. Trying to defend her base on both sides, all sides with the toast, which is smart because there's a lot of splares coming on her way. I don't know if flies was the best option there, but still at least she has a bunch of toast to defend it. But now looks like the splares are being distracted by the toast on the right side, which is good for her because if you look at the map, they're all being distracted. So the nice thing is that, so if the enemies will go towards the nearest building towards them, and the splares aren't very smart, which is I guess a weakness of them. And that was actually a very good shot from her to take out those splares. But you can also distract the splares with your captain. So like, since the splares are so slow, you can run circles around the splares, and the splares will constantly try to chase the captain. And while they're chasing them, your own cannons can be taking out those splares. So that's another viable strat you can use. And Dalinar42 is just building up the banks, which the best bet right now would probably be go up to his base and build lots and lots of splares. I think Dalinar42 knows that Hyrulian22 really likes the garden gnomes, and that is why he is built to the bread end. Oh, he tried going down their attack, but Hyrulian22 made the good call of creating those flies to get him out of there. Like one of the best troops to keep captains away from building splares near your base. And yeah, but Dalinar42 is building lots and lots of banks. Definitely ahead compared to Hyrulian42, but Hyrulian42 is not doing bad on banks herself. Excuse me, I have a little bit of a cough. I actually took a break from the last set of videos, and maybe I sound a little bit more energetic today, which is good. Last time I recorded 6 videos in a row, and my voice was getting a little tired. Dalinar42 trying to get rid of that splayer, not get touched by that splayer. But the splayer does hurt the toast, it's just very slowly. Hyrulian42 building a big wall of toast, multiple sets. Now the next best thing to do here would actually probably build some cannons, because by themselves toast cannot do too much, but it is a smart decision to build lots of toast. Both sides looking pretty even right now, lots of money. However, Dalinar42 has so much money he cannot spend money fast enough. He's about $50,000, almost $60,000. Like literally, by the time I started saying 50,000, he's about to get 60,000. Now he's putting gas cannons, and those gas cannons are gonna make quick work of that toast in the front. And those gnomes are gonna have a hard time getting there with his gas cannons. But she did make a huge hole in his wall, and now she's building some splares, which is smart. I can just tell, though, that Hyrulian22 is a little bit behind on the economy. And that gnome did blow up some of her toast, I believe. I can't remember. But, oh boy. What happened? I just realized that there was a bunch of... Oh, I was looking at what happened to Hyrulian22's wall. I was looking at the map, and I realized what it is now. It is those gas cannons at work. See how far those gas cannons are. If you look at it, you can rewind a bit, but look, there used to be a huge wall of toast on Hyrulian22's side, but those gas cannons took everything out. That is the power of gas cannons, everyone. They can shoot so far. They basically shoot half the distance of the map, and that is why they are so expensive. They are very weak, so they can get destroyed pretty easily, but if using the right sources, they can be very good. And oh! This does not look good for Hyrulian22. All the flies got into the bank and got on the banks and destroyed them. She's lost all of her economy. There's going to be so hard for Hyrulian22 to get back. And she's sending the garden gnome. She's hitting the center button, I believe. But she's still alive. And now she's like, why didn't you finish me off, bro? I guess they're married, they're not siblings, but you know what I mean. But like, that was a very good play from Dalinar42. Hyrulian22 was playing very well this match, but Dalinar42 took advantage of that weak spot, and those gas cannons opened the way for him. And it was hard to, and I almost didn't notice it myself being a spectator. When you're playing the game, it's really hard to watch the map, but that is why it's really important to get that skill when you're playing, is to watch the map while you're playing, because you want to like see what your opponent's doing. And he had so much defenses there, but those gas cannons just took out those toasts like it was nothing in a matter of minutes. The gas cannons are a very deadly source. Toast that the flies were taking Dalinar42 down, and it is just going to be so hard for Hyrulian22 to recover, and he's using those flies to catch her. And now we got all the splares coming through. I think this is it, guys. I think this is the end. She's waiting at the gnome, and there we go. Team Peanut Butter wins, and Dalinar will continue in the tournament. Dalinar42 will verse Zuffel, and we will. After that, we'll see who continues on the next round. What a game! This tournament been flying by so fast, guys. I can't believe we're near the end. Stay tuned for next time for Zuffel versus Dalinar42. Two very good players. We have not seen them verse each other yet this tournament, so it'll be very interesting to see both of their play strategies go against. Thank you all for watching. Remember to like and subscribe to this channel, and to share this video with a friend. And of course, download the Battle for Peanut Butter and Jelly on Facebook if you haven't already. Play with your friends, and remember to give me your feedback, both positive and negative, so I can make this game as best as I can. Thank you all for watching, everyone, once again, and remember, video games can be for good. Till next time.